I really believe that if there is a secret behind high ticket programs, the secret would be selecting the right people. When people mess up is when they start getting as much as clients as they can get, because at the beginning it's very hard to close, and then sooner or later you get good at it, right? And when you get good, it's very hard to stop the urge of taking as many clients as you can get, right? I've been there, so I know what I'm saying. And that's
Hmm.
when people start dropping the ball. Oh, this client, I don't know if he's the right fit. Oh, let's see. Let's say yes. And then you do it again, and then you do it again. And then sooner or later, you have a group filled with a bunch of people that just shouldn't be there at all. And that's where people mess up. So
Yeah.
when I teach my people, I advise them strongly to don't use those four questions as a decoy or as a mise en scène, or as like a part of a like a like a plot, like something fake. It's not fake
Hmm.
scarcity, it's not fake reverse polarity. It's just the reality. You're vetting your clients because you
Yeah.
can't afford to have the wrong people in, because they're
Right.
messy. They're gonna mess up with your deliverables. They're gonna drain your energies, and the worst, they're gonna give you a bad name if you start taking people that don't get results. So instead of that, I advise my people to only work with triple A clients, only work with those they are very confident they can drive results. Because if they can't, it's better not touch them. Does it make sense?
Yeah, most definitely. I
I'm
think that
talking
was
so much, man. Am I?
no, you're doing great. You're here to drop value, and you're doing just that, man. You're doing great. I'm loving it. Um, I think one thing that I want to add to that for people who are listening and have yet to have an experience where they've onboarded the wrong client, like what ends up happening after that is you realize very quickly in a very painful way that that is the wrong client, and you might find out that there were signs beforehand that you could have leaned into and been like, okay, maybe I don't need to be so scarcity mindset about this and have more of an abundance approach where it's like maybe you don't need to take on this one client even though you may need the money at this time because it could end up costing you more. Like I know one of my very first offers that I put out there, I was like building a website for somebody or something, and then they wanted 11 of them, and I boosted the price a bit, and then in the end they ended up doing a credit card chargeback on everything because they didn't like one tiny little detail, and there were signs ahead of time. And so that took me from, I put a couple grand into getting some help with the development and stuff, and then all the money back. And I think in the end, it was like I had lost like just $7,000 or something like that. So it was pretty significant at the time. It was not fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally lean into that with you
Yeah,
in
but
that
that
concept.
what happened with you was good. Because
Hmm.
here's the deal, you could realize straight away, right? Well, they asked for they didn't just ask for the money back. They kind of stole back the money through a chargeback, right? Which should only be used
100%.
on fraud issues. So they
Yep.
called the bank pretending they didn't do the thing. So they're dishonest. Okay.
Hmm.
One thing is asking for a refund. Another thing is issuing a chargeback. I don't know in US, but in Brazil, the only way of doing that is to call the bank saying that someone committed fraud.
Yep.
But
100%.
if there's someone committing a fraud, it's the client, right?
Yep.
So this is bizarre. But at least you realize straight away, and then you could fix it. Either the deliverables, if it was your problem, or if you have a part of this, a part of it, or your vetting process, right? So did you stop taking any kind of client and starting vetting more your people, or what?
Yeah, I started vetting a lot more. That was a very eye-opening experience, and
Cool.
it was, yeah,
Yeah, but that I like to see that as a gift, because here's the deal. Most of
definitely.
coaches, that I'm not talking about failing coaches, those who are not thriving. I'm talking about those who are thriving. Most of those most of those coaches are taking in some clients they shouldn't, but they are not asking for a charge back. They're just not renewing 1 year later. And when they don't renew, they start being a mass of people that have done business with you, but can't share good words about you. So this hurts your brand throughout time far more than one chargeback. One chargeback is
Mm.
easy, right? But there
Yeah,
are some
definitely.
coaches out there who have hundreds of clients that did business with, but wouldn't buy again or wouldn't recommend. And the problem is not the coach. The problem is the client. But the coach took the wrong client. So I really do believe that if there is one way of getting high ticket sales wrong, is to not vetting the client. You must be precise. You must be very accurate and knowing who you should take in or not. And if you're in doubt, just say no. I teach my people, if you're not 100% confident, just say no. No for now. And when I say no, people may think it's something like, how can I say that? Like I'm preventing them, or locking them out, or being aggressive. No, no, no. For me, when I say no, is an act of love. And I even tell them that, hey, I like money. I'd love to be paid, but I'm saying no, not because I don't like money or I don't like you. It's just that I'm not confident. I can't deliver results to you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not taking you as a client, but I'm telling you exactly what I would if you were a client. So if I were on your shoes, I would do X, Y, and Z. Right? That's what I would advise you if I were working with you. If I took you as a client, here's what I would say: A, B, C. I'm not taking you as a client because I'm not 100% confident that I should or could take you or could drive you results. But A, B, C, those are the steps I would follow. Go, do that. And if you do that and get results, hit me back. Just shoot me a message, right?
Yeah.
And here's the deal: some of them do that, get results, and come back. When they come back with the results they got from my free coaching, I feel confident that they can follow structures, and they feel more confident that they follow what I teach and it worked, right? So it's easier. So I had some clients that I said no to that came back, and I take them as clients. But most of them never came back, either because they didn't put into practice or they just couldn't care less or whatever. I don't care because I don't have to spend time or energy on them because I didn't take them as clients. And when I say, hey, if you're in doubt, if you're doubtful about taking someone, say no. When I say that, it's because it's always easier to then turn a no to a yes than to have a client that you should say no to and take them, because this can be harmful for both the client and you.
If you're interested in learning more about the tidbits and advice that they have, then you should consider subscribing to the Two Comma Club newsletter, where you'll get daily updates and advice on the podcast and the things that we are learning from the individuals who have made at least $1 million. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com or click the link in the description down below and subscribe.